crash.
What a performance it's been from the defending champion.
The Tour de France is not just another bike race.
The pressure that's put on the guys, especially at this level, I mean, it's pretty scary actually.
During the 3 weeks of the Tour, we witnessed triumphs and heartbreaks on a scale that no other sporting event quite captures.
He's going to be very shaken with that crash.
It's never straightforward, it's not supposed to be easy,
Another dominant display.
and for some, the Tour is over before it even starts. The first week of the Tour is always a mess. There's just so much pressure on the riders. It's a pressure cooker just waiting to explode in the opening days of the Tour.
What does this race hold for the stars?
So this year's Tour started in Brittany, which we have had a couple starts there in the past.
Bonjour, Brittany!
With the Tour departing from Brittany, a region that is notorious for bad weather, bad conditions, everybody knew it was going to be messy.
In these treacherous, slippery conditions.
There's Geraint Thomas's crash.
The race right off the bat was filled with drama and several crashes in stage one.
I can never remember seeing so many injured riders.
The Côte de Fossel loop, and that is going to be, a huge crash at the side of the road. The entire peloton has crashed. I don't know what happened.
The GC's been upended. We haven't even. Today's supposed to be the first crucial day, and it's actually blown to pieces already.
I mean, we saw so many GC favorites go out in that time. Absolutely just destroyed the field, and yet the race, of course, has to still go on.
The Wolfpack have returned to try and win stage number 1 of this year's. A huge crash! Loads of riders go down on the right-hand side of the road, the left-hand side as we look. That was a massive crash.
20, 30 kilometers later, another crash, also taking out half of the field.
We've had horrible crashes, but they've not been able to detract from the biggest names in bike racing, winning stages in this Tour de France.
Julian Alaphilippe dropped across onto his wheel, who is now followed by Wout van Aert and Sonny Colbrelli.
After all the drama and crashes of stage 1, there was this just beautiful story to be told.
The French favorite, the crowd favorite, everybody absolutely loves him. Julian Alaphilippe just shot out of the field like a cannon on this final climb.
Here goes Julian Alaphilippe. The firework is lit, and Alaphilippe now goes forward to try and take the yellow jersey.
You know, there are probably 15 riders who could have won stage 1, but Julian Alaphilippe just exploded.
Julian Alaphilippe, the world champion, is going to deliver.
But Julian Alaphilippe won an incredibly emotional, incredibly exciting first stage of the Tour to take the first yellow jersey. Stage 2 was kind of the crown jewel of the Brittany depart. They race up the Mur de Bretagne. It is an iconic climb that has a lot of history in cycling.
Another day, another victory, and more emotions flew on day 2 with Mathieu van der Poel. And he was out there racing to try to get the yellow jersey that his grandfather Raymond Poulador never had.
And he did it, and he broke down into tears.
Like you're gonna be yellow jersey, Mathieu. I have no words. Really, I don't know what to say.
Mathieu van der Poel's grandfather, the late Raymond Poulador, one of the greatest French cyclists. He was famously second at the Tour de France on 3 separate occasions, yet never put on the yellow jersey throughout the course of any of those tours.
Van der Poel being able to go win for his grandfather and to really put on a heartfelt performance that we weren't really quite expecting in stage 2.
Watching Van der Poel just break down like that, it reminds you just how significant the Tour de France is, how important just winning a single stage of the Tour is for any rider in the peloton.
Mathieu van der Poel points to the sky. He remembers his granddad Poulador. Comes is Mark Cavendish. The speed of Cavendish as he moves his way up on the outside.
I was so excited when I heard that Cavendish was going to be coming back to the Tour.
Well, you think about the last 5 years, many people had written off Mark Cavendish since his last victory in the Tour de France back then in 2016.
I had never quite expected to see him back in racing form.
Mark Cavendish has basically been anonymous for the last 3 years. He suffered from injury, illness. He's had mental health issues that he's been public about. He went from being the top sprinter in the world to really struggling to just feature in any bike race.
Cavendish is there. Case Bowl is there. Who's going to win in Fougère? Is it going to be Cavendish? Cavendish takes the stage. Wow!
Mark Cavendish, he looks like he's 10 years younger and just wins the stage like it was nothing.
It's been my whole life. Through circumstances, it felt like it was taken away, you know?
Like, he was already knocking on Eddie Merckx's record of all the stage wins. So this was like, we may see a record-breaking Tour de France. And I think that was what really made Stage 4 pretty special.